Hey, welcome back everyone to Movie Enthusiasts. I'm your movie enthusiast, Richard. I'll be leading you along your journey today, and today we'll be talking about one of the greatest franchises ever known to man. For those of you who dispute that, I'm sorry. My opinion. You can go on believing your false traditions. Okay, serious note aside, we're going to be talking about Star Wars. The newest addition to that, The Last Jedi. Okay, for those of you who haven't seen the other Jedi movie, Star Wars movies, you probably should stop watching this. Go watch all 8 of them, um, all 9 of them technically, because there are 9, and learn the gloriousness of Star Wars. Okay, granted, this is my opinion, so you don't have to do that if you don't want to. But if you want to go watch The Last Jedi, you probably should watch at least episodes 1 through 7. You don't have to watch Rogue. If you want an actual opinion in what order you should watch them in, I say episodes 1, 2, 3, Rogue One, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just watch them in order of the episodes. Just throwing Rogue One in between 3 and 4. Um, if you want other opinions, you can just watch 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, Rogue One, 7, 8. Those are your options. Or you can watch them in the order they came out. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, Rogue One, and then 8. But we're going to be talking about 8 right now. Eventually I'm going to get to spoilers, but for right now I'm going to tell you whether or not you should go watch it. I personally like the movie. I give it a 1 thumbs up. For those of you who've been watching my videos more than once, you'll notice this time I didn't give 2. Just 1. 1 thumbs up. It's a pretty good movie. I liked it. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. Wasn't my favorite movie. Wasn't my least favorite movie. It was pretty good. Had some obvious flaws with it, but it was pretty good, appropriate for all audiences. So yeah, take your family to go watch it. It's beautiful, lovely, and go watch it. Now let me tell you why I liked it, and this will include spoilers. If that's not clear, though, that big old spoiler sign right there says spoilers. It means I'm going to be talking about things that are going to happen in the movies, and if you haven't seen it yet, you probably don't want to listen. Unless you just don't really care, then go ahead and watch it. Spoilers. Okay, so here we are. Star Wars Episode 8. Um, yeah, it's actually a pretty good movie. I liked it. So if you haven't seen... So, at the end of Star Wars Episode 7, we find Rey going off and looking for Luke. And she finds him, and she's holding up the lightsaber. And that's a huge cliffhanger. You just, like, literally cliffhanger because she's on a cliff. You just want to know what's going to happen. And start of Episode 8, well, you get Poe Dameron flying his jet, and he's coming up. And he radios ahead to General Hux, the leader of the Imperials, and they're doing an attack, and so they fight and they get them, and they're just attacking them, and they warp out, or not warp, that's Star Trek. They go to light speed. There are too many terms for that within movies. I know them all, but I can't ever get them right. But anyways, so that's just a part of the side story. The main story is Rey is trying to get Luke to train her. Luke is refusing. And at the same time, she's having these Force visions with Kylo Ren, and she's wanting to know, hey, what's going on? Why is he bad, and why won't Luke train her? And eventually you find out Luke is scared because Rey has such untapped talent that he doesn't know what to do with her. It's like literally just so untapped and raw power, and it scares him. And he says in the movie he's only seen it once before, and he wasn't scared. He wasn't scared about it then, but it does scare him now. Um, and he's talking about Kylo Ren in this moment. He eventually you find out that Kylo Ren um, was being manipulated by Snoke, and that Luke just goes about this the wrong way and tries. Luke realizes that Kylo's going to the dark side, and so he tries killing Kylo Ren, and he eventually just ends up destroying the all everything. And throughout this entire time, for some reason, Kylo and Rey are having these force visions where they're seeing each other from long distances. It's almost as if uh, they were inside the room, like, but still being at opposite ends of the galaxy. Like, just to say, you were right here in front of me, in the room with me, and I could see you completely, and you could see me completely. But you are all the way over in China, and I'm here in Idaho, and we can see each other full body. We can hear each other, talk to each other. We know exactly what's going on. We can see what we're wearing. You can see I'm wearing jeans and a uh, shirt and trying to stay warm because I'm really cold out here in Idaho. But so uh, this is happening to Kylo Ren and to Rey, and it's wigging them out a little bit. And Luke is getting annoyed by the persistence of Rey, and so he finally decides to give her a few lessons. And these lessons are trying to dissuade her from actually um, wanting to be a Jedi and using the Force. And he tells her that Jedi's they should end. No need for Jedi's ever again. Um, and yeah. Meanwhile, with the Resistance, um, they're being beaten pretty badly. Uh, they are being found by the First Order everywhere they go. And so, in an attempt to save them, uh, Poe enlists the help of Finn and this new character whose name slips my mind to go and uh, get what they need so they can go turn off the way that the First Order is tracking them. So that sends them off to a casino planet where they have to get everything, and they eventually get tricked and captured by the First Order. Um, Poe is completely unaware that Leia has plans, and he's acting all hot-headedly and trying to get everything done his way. He doesn't realize that the Resistance has a base close by, and that's what they're trying to do. And essentially, the fleet almost completely gets decimated, and they're almost out of fuel reserves, and they just have no way to escape. Um, Jumping back to Kylo Ren and Rey and Luke. Eventually, Rey decides that Kylo can be changed to good. There's still some good in him, and well, Luke's like, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen, and Kylo is giving some hints. So eventually, Rey just decides, hey, let's go back. Let's go try to convince Kylo Ren to be good. And so Kylo tricks her into going in front of Snoke, and Snoke is trying to convince Kylo to kill Rey. And you see this untapped power within Kylo as he is standing there over Rey, and Kylo kills Snoke. And you learn nothing about Snoke. You don't even know what's going to happen. Um, and then he makes the Darth Vader uh, offer to um, Rey, saying, Be mine, and together we shall rule a galaxy as one. Just totally like Darth Vader right there. And so Ray helps him defeat the guards, but then he's like, "No, yeah, I don't want to rule the galaxy. I wanted you to be good." And he's like, "I'm not going to be good." So she escapes with the help of Poe, Finn, and this other girl that I can't remember her name. Um, and they get to this planet where Leia actually had them. We're actually getting them to go this last resort, and they end up with a one final battle. And they're trying to find a way out, but they can't find a way out. Just having a hard time finding a way out, and they wish Luke had come, but Luke didn't come because he wasn't willing to. And Poe and Finn are just so absorbed in just destroying the First Order that they're not thinking about the greater good and about everyone. So there's a lot of mistakes that they make right then and there that cost many lives. But eventually, out of nowhere, Leia is sitting there and Luke shows up. And Luke is like, "Hey, I'm going to help." Tells everyone to stay inside, and he walks outside. And, oh yeah, Kylo, he became the leader of the First Order. He became the Supreme Leader. So it's now Supreme Leader Kylo instead of Supreme Leader Snoke. So, they have these huge, kind of like AT-AT walkers, a lot of them, and Luke walks out in front of this huge line of AT-AT walkers, and Kylo, in his fit of rage, yells, "Fire everything at him!" And they fire everything at Luke, and you think Luke's dead now, but he's not. In good Star Wars fashion, he survives. So Kylo decides he's going to go down, and he's going to fight him hand to hand. They fight, and they're doing a lot of things, and all of a sudden you see Kylo swiping at Luke, and there's a bunch of dust that goes up as he's doing the swipes. You can't see what happens to Luke immediately, and you're like, "What? What's happened? Oh no, Obi-Wan!" You think Luke's just gonna not be there, and his robes are. But no, Luke's still there, untouched, unscathed. And come to find out, he was never there to begin with. Just like how Kylo and Rey were projecting each other to each other, Luke was projecting himself in there too, and he was still on the island back on that place. And then, while giving everyone time to escape from the cave where they're at, and Rey's in charge now, and Luke dies. So there's the gist of the movie. Now, I love the movie. It was actually very, very entertaining to watch. My biggest problem with the movie, though, is the story. If you've watched my video about the new strategy of writing for Disney, you'll know that I talked about how Disney is falling into this rut of putting a ton of stuff into the beginning, then having a huge lull in the script, connecting everything at the end, and then finishing up. And Star Wars Episode 8 does actually almost fall into that for the most part. There isn't that big lull. That's the only exception. Instead of just going huge impact and then a drop into lull, it's a gradual incline into the lull, and then there's the lull. And that kind of bothers me, and it was kind of detracted from the film. Though I do love seeing all these new Star Wars Force powers and making it so awesome. It was fantastic. The script was okay. And I feel like there were some things that they put in there that just detracted from the story. The main story is obviously with Kylo, Rey, and with Luke. It would have been better had there been some more dynamic between Poe and Finn, who are other big characters, and Leia, and just it would have been a lot better story. I think it would have been not nicer to learn a little bit more about Snoke, but of course, no one knows anything about him. We won't know anything about him, it looks like. So it was a good movie, though. I did enjoy it for quite a bit. I would definitely buy it when it finally comes out. So, yep. That's my video for right now. So thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you are thinking. Tell me what you thought about Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Did you think it was good? Did you think it was bad? Do you agree with me? Do you see that little strategy that Disney's doing? Do you like that new strategy? Do you not like it? Um, do you like the comedy they're inserting that doesn't quite fit? Yeah. So let me know what movies you want me to give reviews about. Again, no rated R, horror, or sex-filled movies. Again, that being movies that are completely about sex, like 50 Shades of Grey. I will not watch them. But yeah, let me know what you want me to review. New, old, action, comedy, animated. You name it, I'll try to do it. So, yep, this is my video. Thank you guys very much for watching, and please subscribe. See you guys all later. Live long and prosper.